following up on our first municipal candidate spotlight, we would like to ask you again about your views on supporting existing businesses and bringing new businesses to the area. What do you think is the city's role in economic development activities, and how should the city balance that with citizens' concerns about quality of life issues?
Obviously, if the city can do anything to help support its businesses, it's a good thing. But we're limited on expenditure of funds because they're public funds, and there's certain laws and guidelines you have to go by. Blake Phelps is over our economic development department at the city, and he tries to get people into our industrial park over by the airport. There's not that many vacant buildings out there. Ones that are, some companies already hold leases on them and don't want them leased out. And so there's different things the city can do in that respect of supporting our businesses, the main thing I think we can do is to try and sell our city to other people to make it attractive to want to come here. And we want clean industry and nice businesses. We don't want, anything lewd or obnoxious, no kind of dirty industry like that. So hopefully we can do these things and attract people for good jobs, and that way it will keep a quality of life better for the citizens. And we also have to be careful on how we grow. We're fortunate in one respect that we are a growing city. Some cities are dying and doing bad, but we're fortunate in that respect that we got to be careful we don't overgrow.
Secondly, we would like to ask you more about some of the workforce development issues facing our area. We are encouraged to see and hear about many new investments that are being made in our area education systems to one day soon provide workforce development training opportunities to our local area students. However, little has been done to address the workforce housing issues, and many of our citizens may not know of these issues. What do you think the city's role should be in encouraging and supporting more affordable housing options in our city?
Okay, we have like two questions in one here. The first one is our school system. We've really tried to start building a good school system, and we're off to a really good start. And you can't just wave a magic wand. It won't change overnight. But each year that goes by, we can start adding. Well, when I was in school, we had metal shop and wood shop, and I used to be a welder before I hired on the fire department. And also I have a plumbing service business with my brother, G&G Plumbing. So these are trade schools, basically, vocational education for the kids to get into, and they can learn a lot of good trades and open their own business and do very well. So this is something I'd like to see supported there in our schools. And as far as the workforce housing, once again, the city's limited in what it can do as far as funds expenditure. These are things where I think we could help line up businesses with developers, and maybe they can work out some kind of a deal where a business will support their local workers that come in and work for them. And that can be part of their salary, and that way the business would save money on payroll taxes. And also, it's not affordable to do that down here because our land is so expensive. A developer that's going to come in to try and provide workforce housing and any business has to make money, or else it wouldn't be in business. So these are things that probably have to be done further up north, where they can get affordable land and build these affordable houses. And I'm sure the city of Foley, Orange Beach also, everybody needs workers. So in combination with working, getting the businesses hooked up with the developers, they might be able to work something out to come up with an affordable housing apartment complexes for these people, because they are needed. And another thing we talked about was Faulkner State doing some dormitories. And again, that has to be profitable for them too, that they can't just expend funds and not get any return on it. So there's things there that can be worked out.
Finally, this last question is an open-ended question just for you. What do you see as the biggest challenge facing Gulf Shores over the next 4 years, and how would you like to address this challenge?
I'm going to say, a big umbrella is the biggest challenge we have is growth in general. And you can break that down into subcategories. Traffic is one, and another one is zoning. And I'll focus on those two for right now. We're doing everything possible that can be done to address our traffic concerns. Anything short of Bill Gates or the owner of Amazon, giving us $1 billion, because, everything costs money. But we've secured, I think, between 60 and 90 million over the past several years in grants for road and infrastructure improvement. We have a 2% lodging tax that's earmarked for our roads. So the council's doing everything humanly possible, and these things take time. You have to get public hearings, you have to get right-of-ways, engineering, design, and then finally the final phase of construction. We're finishing up County Road 8, Gateway Boulevard, and that's going to be a big help. And there's a lot of other things that are right now in the works that have to be completed within about 5 or 6 years of receiving these grants. Another thing is the zoning. We cannot, what we've already done is a lot of the land up north Gulf Shores, we've made any multifamily developments by conditional use permit only. So that way we can control the amount of density. We cannot allow the current zoning, the way the property is, we cannot allow it to be built onto its full density, because it would like double the amount of structures in Gulf Shores. And we just can't allow that. I mean, it would just back everything up so bad it would be miserable. So people come here, we have a lovely town. People love to come to the beach, they love to fish, they love to golf. I run into people all the time, firemen, for example, they come down here on vacation, and they're so fortunate that so many of them would love to hire on down here because we do have a beautiful town. So those are the two main things I'd like to focus on in these next 4 years, and because those are the two major things that I think are going to affect our quality of life the most. I would love to see us get some more beach property and have some more beach access for our residents. And even those we can even make resident parking only. And I think that's something we can directly do for the residents. And a matter of fact, I've already been talking to the other councilmen about this. And so it's something we're looking at. And as you very well know, everything comes down to dollars. So we have a budget to go by. We have a lot of departments that have to be taken care of. As our town grows, our public works has to grow, our fire and police services have to grow. Everything has to grow along with it. So it's a fine balance of setting priorities among the departments to see who needs what at a certain time. And so this is something that we take very seriously, and we're very careful about our budget, and we continue to build our reserves up. And I think that's an important thing. Just for right now, we just went through a hurricane, and it's going to help us immensely. Thank you.